Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raja Umar on my channel RU Speaks. Raja Umar speaks for you all for the subject of geography of Pakistan, the Pakistan studies, and the global perspectives. And in near future, inshallah, I will start the history lessons as well on my same channel. And I want that you all should subscribe, like, comment, watch, and share my channel with others so that they all may get benefit out of it. So today we're going to talk about the last topic of our this unit, Climate of Pakistan, and that is the drought in Pakistan. We're going to talk about the different types of droughts and what are the causes and the effects of drought and how the drought situation can be managed. So the drought management would be over there. So we may be getting the same sort of questions that what are the causes of droughts in Pakistan and how, which areas of Pakistan they are hit by drought and which areas are having the permanent droughts or which areas are having the seasonal droughts or invisible droughts. And what are the effects coming on the land of Pakistan or on agriculture or on economy or on the lives of the people because of this drought, and how this drought can be managed to get rid of it and to make the lands useful, to make the water availability in those areas. So first of all, here we have the droughts in Pakistan, and what are they? Whenever there is the lack of rainfall, it means that whenever there is extreme aridity, I mean dryness. And dryness is because of lack of rainfall. So that is a factor. So severe shortage of water in some area, that leads to drought situation over there. And then what happens that whenever there is the shortage of water, there can be the crop failure. I mean, the crop needs the water requirement. If that is not met, it means that the crop fails to grow and it destroys, and it is a greater loss not only of the farmers but of the country and state as well. And it leads to the limited raw material availability for the agro-based industry of Pakistan, leading to decline in exports and a greater blow to the foreign exchange earnings. So what happens on the lives of the people, that because of the drought there can be the famine and malnutrition. Whenever there is the crop destruction, that would lead the food shortage, and that food shortage might lead to the famine situation in different areas of Pakistan, and that might be leading to the malnutrition. And because of that malnutrition, whenever there is the low immunity among the people, that might be leading to the spread of certain diseases because of the lack of food in those areas. So that will be the what will be the ultimate, that is the death on massive scale. So all these are certain factors which are related to the droughts in Pakistan. So this is how a bit of intro that what the droughts are and how they happen and what can be the issues related to them. So now talking about the types of drought. So there are 4 different types of drought. They may occur or they are experienced in Pakistan time to time. And number 1 is known as the permanent drought. So permanent drought is the drought which prevails in those areas which are deserted lands. I mean Pakistani deserts, mostly Cholistan desert of Punjab, that is the Bawalpur, Bawalnagar, Raim Yar Khan regions, and down in Sindh province, Thar desert, quite dry, and Kharan desert of Balochistan. I do not consider Thal of Punjab as deserted because on the western side Indus flows, and on the eastern side river Jhelum and Chenab they flow. So that area may not be considered as so dry to be considered as the drought affected area. So Permanent drought regions, they do not be having the farming activity at all. So farming is not possible in those areas. If I talk about Haran Desert of Balochistan, farming is impossible over there because that is the permanent drought region. Then if we want to have certain farming activity in that area, we might be having some really very extensive irrigation system over there. So just like talking about now Thal Desert of Punjab, that can be as I was telling you when we were discussing the topography of Pakistan, the districts of Bakkar, Laya, and some parts of Hushab district, and down towards Muzaffargarh region. That whole of the region is Thal Desert, and that area is deserted. But because of the monsoon rainfall, as monsoon rainfall hits that area, so cannot be considered as dry as the drought regions are. But on the second hand, there are certain barrages on river Indus. They are really very much helpful to keep those areas a bit damp and moist, leading to no dryness. So we can say that those areas, they do require irrigation for the sake of growing certain crops in those lands. For example, permanent drought is saying Thal, but again I do not consider Thal as the permanent drought region. Cholistan in Punjab and Chagi Hills in Balochistan and Haran Desert. So it means that those areas are really very rough and tough and dry regions, and they are considered as the deserted lands, and they are experiencing drought over here. And the second one, that is the seasonal drought. Whenever there is the well-defined rainy and dry seasons, and if we talk about, for example, if we talk about Potwar Plateau, we experience that we have the rainfall in this area, Potwar region, during the monsoon of July and August, and even pre-monsoon season right now, as we are in the month of May, we experience the convectional rainfall over here in this area. But what happens whenever there comes the winter season, and as you know that this is the rain-fed area, Barani lands here, which are dependent purely on rainfall, but the winter gets so dry that the Rabi crop, very especially the wheat crop, suffers a lot in this region just because of the extreme dryness. And you can say that in that Rabi season, the Potwar Plateau experiences the drought situation, and that might be really very much drastic for the poor farmers who really want that their crops should be grown well, as this region does not have any big river or does not have any irrigation system over here. So the rainfall, whenever it occurs, the Rabi crop in winters, it grows well, but if it goes really very dry, the Rabi crop suffers a lot. So as you know that this area, Potwar Plateau, I'm talking about, the small scale subsistence farming is practiced as Barani lands are there and rain-fed area is there, and even the soil quality is still not good. So we can say that this area suffers a lot just because of the seasonal droughts, very especially in winter season. So Potwar Plateau and South Punjab, just on the eastern side of excuse me, just on the eastern side of Suleiman range, that area also suffers a lot because of the seasonal drought during winters. And then we may be having a sort of invisible drought, another type, that is the water deficiency. It means that water is available, but that is less in quantity to meet the needs of those crops grown over there in that area, or to meet the needs of the people in that area. That is water deficiency. What happens that when the less water is given to the crops because of the water deficiency, the fall in crop yields, the crop production falls. So that is what we call that crop grows somehow, but that is not of really very good quality and quantity as well, so making it the invisible drought effect. So mostly it is in Indus Plains in many areas, whenever there is less water at times, what happens that there is not really very frequent monsoon rainfall, and the dams and barrages they do not get enough water for irrigation purposes. So at that time the crops might not be getting sufficient water, leading to invisible drought in some parts of the Indus Plains. So unpredictable drought, the last type, that is the abnormality in low rainfall. I mean that at times that what happens in some season there is really very low rainfall, and normally it rains good in that season in the previous years, but at some particular year what we observe that the region does not get enough rainfall. So it means that there is some sort of abnormality in the rainfall systems, making that area a bit dry, leading to drought situation in Pakistan. So areas having humid climatic conditions that might be facing the unpredictable drought over there. So lower Sindh and Makran coastal areas, those areas they experience the unpredictable droughts, that they might be having rainfall one year, but the next year they might not be getting rainfall in the same months, so leading to unpredictable drought in that regions. So this is about the types of droughts in Pakistan. Now here we have a map showing that which areas of Pakistan are badly hit by drought. So if you go to the key, the brown color shows that these areas are badly hit by droughts in Pakistan almost all the year through. So as I told you that this is the Cholistan desert of Punjab, Bahawalpur, Bhavanagar, Rahim Yar Khan regions, Nara desert, that is the Rodi and Gotki regions, and then here we have Thar desert, and here this one is Nara, and you can see over here almost whole of Balochistan experiences severe drought situation. It means that the impact of monsoon rainfall does not reach this way in Balochistan plateau because of the Suleiman range over here in this region, and the intensity of the monsoon rainfall decreases quite a lot while reaching this region. And secondly, the western depressions from this side, they may not be really of much quantity to fulfill the needs of the whole of this area, leading to creation of the drought situation in larger part of the Balochistan plateau. And you can also see the yellow patch over there in Balochistan region, and this area is experiencing the moderate sort of drought situation in that area. So if you just look this region, and this says that it is the moderate drought situation over here. So what we see that this area might be getting some sort of water from the canals, might be from the Indus River in this way, from Sakhar barrage or Guddu barrage, but you can say that again this area is really very much dry. As we know that Balochistan, whole of Balochistan region is a plateau, and not really very good land is over there for the sake of carrying out the farming activity. So droughts, and secondly the weather conditions, they are not okay as far as the availability of water is concerned. So there is no big river flows in this area to meet the irrigation systems applicable over there. So you can say that whole of Balochistan experiences severe drought situation in whole of this area, whether it is moderate or whether it is the severe drought. So it means that regarding the availability of water, regarding the farming activity, Balochistan is a sort of wasteland. But on the other hand, mineral resources are quite enough available, so those can be utilized and can be really very much beneficial for Pakistan, Pakistan's industry and Pakistan's economy. So, but the rest of the areas of Pakistan experiences a lot of rainfall, so there are no chances of any drought situation. There can be some areas, as it was on the previous slide when I was talking about the different types of droughts. Some areas over here it was declared as that the Thal desert might be also experiencing dryness. Yes, dryness is not over there, as because the monsoon winds, they reach in this area very easily, and even the western depressions during winters, they reach in this area. And as you know that two rivers, they pass very close to Indus River, pass from here, and Jhelum and Chenab, they join together, and then Chenab passes through this way. So you can say that this area does not have much of the you can say deficiency of water in that area. So I believe Thal is not considered as the part of the drought affected regions of Pakistan. So this is how the map explains that which areas of Pakistan are drought affected. If you get this sort of map in your exams and you are asked to identify the drought affected areas, you must not be making any sort of mistake over here. And next one. Now the causes of drought. There are certain natural factors and there are certain human factors. As I told you the other day as well, that the natural factors might be also known as the physical factors, the same thing. So unreliability of monsoon, that excuse me, having some issue with my throat today. So there are certain natural factors and there are certain human factors which are causing drought in Pakistan. So the natural factors or the physical factors, the unreliability of monsoon rainfall, we do not know that there are three factors which are related to the unreliability. Number one, timings, that we have no idea that at what time the rainfall will occur. Secondly, amount, we have no idea that how much rainfall it will be there, whether it will be sufficient enough or not. And thirdly, the range, that in which areas the rain will be falling. So it means that we have no idea whatsoever regarding the availability of water or rainfall for the agricultural lands of Pakistan. So these three factors, they make the monsoon rainfall really very unpredictable for Pakistan. So whenever there is this reliability is further intensified, we can say that the things move to drought over here in larger part of Pakistan, as we rely much on monsoon rainfall. So this leads to further intensifying the situation in Pakistan as far as the availability of water is concerned. Secondly, dry and hot winds increase evaporation or evapotranspiration. So as we know that during the summer months, it starts towards the end of April, what we see that the strong, hot, dry winds start blowing across Pakistan during the months of April, May and June. So in these months, there is the greater evaporation from the land, and what happens that this increases the dryness of land, and this leads to the drought situation in Pakistan. And what happens that because of the industrialization, because of the many other factors, that the things are moving really very quickly towards the dryness of the whole of the globe because of the global climatic changes happening around the world. So these are the factors which are naturally occurring because of the certain climatic factors, and human beings have no you can say role in those factors to happen. But on the other hand, if we talk about the human factors over here, we observe that yes, there are certain factors that human beings are also or forcing the land to get drier and to turn into the deserted land and drought situation. Then deforestation. Whenever you know that whenever there are trees in some region, there is some humus and some sort of moisture over there in that land all the time. But when those trees are cut down, what happens that the land is exposed to the sunlight directly, and making that land really to get dry really very quickly, leading to the drought situation over there. So deforestation is one factor. Secondly, because of the deforestation, there is low rainfall factor. Whenever there is low rainfall, it means that the things move toward dryness and the things go to drought situation. So mismanagement of water sources. We are not managing the water sources much. We are not using the canal water or the waters from the dams and barrages really very effectively. There is going to be the greater siltation in our dams, and the dams are filled with that silt, having the really very less quantity available of water in those dams and canals, leading to the mismanagement of water sources, and that leads to the dryness. I mean, if less water is available in the canals for the sake of irrigation purposes, definitely the lands will be having less water, leading to dryness and leading to drought. So disputed and unfair water distribution among the provinces. So it means that the provinces are in sort of conflicts all the time regarding the distribution of water of Indus and the other rivers. So at times we have the 1992 water accord by IRSA, Indus River System Authority, and that is really very important pact among the provinces regarding the opening and closure of certain canals, so that the sufficient water should be available for both the major provinces of Punjab and Sindh, so that the Rabi crop, I mean the winter crop should not be suffering a lot because of the proper management of the water sources. But still, at times the dispute between Punjab and Sindh goes on because of the opening and closing of certain canals, like Chashma Right Bank Link Canal is one big issue. And in the same way, right now in these days in 2025, Punjab wants to construct a couple of canals from River Sutlej, but Sindh province is protesting and going against the decision of the government of Punjab regarding the construction of those canals. So this is how there are certain disputes and conflicts going on among the provinces regarding the distribution of water. This sort of dispute among the two provinces leading to drought, as the water is not being managed well. So overgrazing of land, very especially in Balochistan province, where the goat and sheep rearing is being done. Goat and sheep, they graze the lands really very badly, and they destroy that land. They open up the soil surface, and you may say that they loosen up the top soil surface, making it available for even being erosion through wind, and this is how the whole of the land becomes exposed to the sunshine, making it further dry, making it more drier, leading to the drought situation and aridity. So these are the certain causes of drought situations in Pakistan and effects of drought. So quite easier discussed, many of them. We might be having the life threat because of the droughts. Yes, whenever there is the dryness, water would not be available. Definitely the impact will come on the lives of the people, very especially regarding the availability of food, as if there is drought situation in some area and there is the factor of crop failure, that definitely will affect the lives of people regarding the availability of food for them. So the food insecurity would prevail, and that would be really very much drastic. So cattle deaths, definitely whenever there is the drought situation, there will be no grass available for grazing for those cattle and animals, and that will be really big issue. And we have witnessed such sorts of situations in third desert, that animals they die out in the open fields just because of the extreme dryness in that area. So drought is really very much drastic for the animals as well. So because of that, as I was telling in the previous slides, that because of certain dryness, whenever there is the malnutrition, and that leads to the low immunity. Because of the drought situations, there will be the low immunity of the people, and that might be leading to the spreading of certain epidemics in that area, leading to the poor health conditions over there of the people. So land desertification, slowly and gradually the land would be converted into desert, and that would be really a big disaster for any of the area where the drought situation gets worsened, and making that land into a desert, and there will be a greater blow to the country's economy as well. So drying up of rivers and lakes, yes, whenever there is low rainfall and the water would not be managed well, definitely the rivers and lakes, they would get dry, and that would be no water available for irrigation and to grow crops. So that would be a big disaster. So drops in water table, yes, as we experience that there is the very low water table in the deserted areas, so it will get further intensified and the things will go out of reach. Then overall, when there will be no cash crops available for raw material of industry, definitely the industry would shut down and there will be no chances to earn foreign exchange for the sake of country's economy, and there would be the economic collapse, you may say that. So it means that droughts can be really very disastrous for the country. So we are supposed to manage the drought situations in the better way, and here we have the points related to the drought management over here. So we are supposed to build up more and more water storage schemes, I mean dams, and small dam projects are really very effective if they are applied. Small dams projects, if we are unable to spend a lot of money on big projects like Mangla and Tarbela, we can have smaller projects uh, like you can say smaller dams just for the sake of saving or storing water in the very especially in the Swat region or in the northern areas of Pakistan, so that we should be having the sufficient water available for our crops. That would be that water can be released whenever there is some drought situation in some parts of Pakistan, so we can cover up that dryness situation in any way. So use of new technology, so it means that we should be using the drought resistant seed varieties through agricultural research. Drought resistant, let me change the color of the pointer. So what is meant by using new technology? That drought resistant seed varieties. We should be using such seeds which have the ability to grow in dry situations, might be growing in really very less moisture availability, and that may come through the research in agriculture. Research in agriculture, that will be really very much effective. So secondly, we should be recycling water from industry. So recycling of used water of industry, so that the water can be used again and again over there in the same industry, so that would be having less burden on the other water sources like the canals and the dams and the tube wells, so that in this way, and that is the modern technology, yes, the recycling process and the research in agriculture and developing these the drought resistant seed varieties all goes in the positive way, so that we can be able to manage that drought situation in different parts of the country. And planning and management of water sources, we must be having the consensus among the provinces regarding the usage of water, so that no province or region might be wasting water just feeling it like that it is their right, that the water is theirs. But there should be some proper management system. I mean, the role of IRSA should be properly established. Indus River System Authority. Indus River System Authority. So this is the organization responsible for the management of water sources. I mean, the opening and closing of canals, and the looking at the needs of the provinces, that which province needs how much water. So and accordingly the water is managed from different dams, barrages and canals. So in this way, if IRSA plays its role effectively, we may be having minimum drought situation in Pakistan, leading to the better agricultural growth, better crop yield, better reward to the farmer, and sufficient raw material availability for our agro-based industry like cotton, textile, sugarcane, and oil seeds industry. So this is how we can manage our lands. We can be able to increase the land efficiency. So this was our today's lesson that we are supposed to having the what was the, just a refresher that uh, just gave you the intro of the droughts, that the drought in Pakistan, how they occur, and then types of drought in Pakistan explained to you all. Then the map showing the drought affected areas of Pakistan, and then certain causes of droughts over here, the natural factors and the human factors, and here are the effects of drought on the human lives and the country's economy and agriculture industry. And in the end, here we have certain parts related to the drought management. This was our today's topic, that is the drought, causes, effects, and drought management. And do not forget to subscribe, like, watch, share, and comment on my video. Thank you so much for today. Inshallah, we will start the next unit, management of the water sources, the issue of sustainability. So we will be talking about the dams, barrages, and canals in our next lesson. Thank you so much.